right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another episode of Boro Tailgate Talks, episode 19. I am Mike Kosminski here with my host at Joe.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Keeping Alex's seat warm for him.
Why is he? Oh no. Why is that?
One of those days.
Oh no, okay, this is about the rapid fire, isn't it? Yeah, okay, yeah. You know, I lost the rapid fire, whatever. It was close. It's 12-11. It shouldn't matter. It's we're college. This is all for fun. I don't know why we have to do this. This is college. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? For real. Like, I just don't understand. It is stupid. It was close. I should have tied. I should have won. Realistically, he's behind me, isn't he?
Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news in the studio at Edinburgh University of Pennsylvania. Mike Kosminski has lost the rapid fire prediction competition to moi. That is 2-0 against the man himself. Thank you for your time. Let's get on with it.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Strut? You gonna strut? You're gonna strut? You want to start tailgate talks now?
I'm gonna take a victory lap first.
Wait, no, dude.
What? Yeah, let's go! Let's go! Oh! Let's go! Let's get it!
Nah, he's still going. He's still going.
Oh!
Why? Why are you hitting me in the head? Why? What are you doing? Why are you hitting me in the head?
Oh!
No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't hit me in the head again. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right? Sit down. Have a seat.
Let's go! Let's go!
Okay. For real. Oh, you didn't hit me in the head this time. Thanks.
Nope.
All
right, it's time.
Can we keep going? By the way, nice shades and jersey. Isn't that my jersey?
Oh yeah, you know, it's just I won. I figured I might as well lay claim to what's mine now. So.
Oh really? And also my shades too. Nice.
Well,
do I get shades?
You can have the little bro glasses today.
Something's better than nothing, I guess, or whatever.
Alrighty.
How do I look?
Actually, don't look bad.
Yeah, I lost the rapid fire. I stayed up all night last night tallying it up, and as you can tell, I lost. Thanks for hitting me in the head 3 times.
Yeah.
God.
That was exhilarating, is what that was.
God. All right, so.
No. You know how this works. I won my show. Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Man, what a weekend of football. 2 very interesting games. One was really boring, and the other one was pretty good. It was a pretty close game. So we will start with the first game of the day, which was the San Francisco 49ers at the Philadelphia Eagles. This game. So, the 49ers played 3 quarterbacks, including their running back, Christian McCaffrey, and lost 31-7 to the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. Josh Johnson had the most passes on the game for the Niners.
My goat, Josh Johnson. That is my goat. That is my goat.
Completed 7 of 13 passes for 74 yards, and he fumbled a snap that he absolutely shouldn't have fumbled. Brock Purdy went 4 for 4 for 23 yards when he was in the game, and Christian McCaffrey went 0 for 1 passing, but he had 15 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown. He averaged 5.5 per carry. Receiving-wise, nothing. I mean, Debo had 3 for 33, and Kittle had 3 for 32. And then on the Philadelphia side, Jalen Hurts did just what he needed to do, pretty much. He went 15 for 25 for 121, and he also had 11 rushes for 39 yards and a touchdown. So he didn't really do anything that crazy. He just he ran the ball when he needed to, threw the ball when he needed to, missed a wide open A.J. Brown at one point for a big gain, but that's besides the point. Kenneth Gainwell had 14 carries for 48 yards. Miles Sanders had 11 carries for 42 and 2 touchdowns, and then Boston Scott had 6 carries for 21 yards and a touchdown.
I like Boston Scott, by the way.
I do like Boston Scott. He's a short, quick little thing. He's pretty good. And then receiving-wise, again, not much to speak of. Devontae Smith had 2 catches for 36 yards, including the one that wasn't a catch, but Philadelphia did a really good job of getting up, snapping the ball quick, and getting the next play off so that they couldn't challenge it. And then A.J. Brown had 4 for 28. Not a lot of offensive production considering how bad the Eagles dominated the Niners. I mean, they outgained them 269 to 164. The teams combined for 7 for 23 on 3rd down, which is horrible. But the Eagles held a large time of possession advantage with 37 minutes time of possession. So, big game. Philly keeps rolling. I feel like I'm gonna hit my head on.
I got some things to say if you want to put.
Yeah,
that
I was
back,
gonna say.
You can go ahead and go ahead.
You want to go ahead and share your thoughts
also,
on the game while I put this podium away?
Also, here's an idea. We could make a little tailgate talk sign. Put the podium like right here, and then put the tailgate talk sign right here.
Good idea.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Tell us. Tell us at home. I think that's a good idea, right, Richie?
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
he's shaking his head. Yes, but yep. Brock Purdy again. Well, I was on the Brock Purdy train, right? And I thought he was going to do so. I thought he was going to do it. I thought he was going to take the 49ers to the Super Bowl. And yeah, so after that game, I don't think he's going to be winning the job next year. I think Trey Lance will be favored to win the job, and it is what it is. I mean, we all thought wrong. The Eagles are insane. They were on most of the people's Super Bowl predictions.
Yeah.
And so it's not really a shock that they're going to the Super Bowl representing the NFC. But, I don't mind the Eagles. So I don't mind the Eagles. And, heck, I don't even mind the Chiefs. Some people hate the Chiefs. There's other reasons why I don't like the Chiefs. It's mostly because of Patrick Mahomes' wife and brother. And they're just annoying. But it's going to be an interesting game, I think. And this game, we'll see. I think the 49ers are a good team. They just still need to figure some things out to get back to the Super Bowl, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
So overall, I think the 49ers did not play a good game at all.
No, not at all.
No, and the Eagles just came to play. Jalen Hurts came to play, and Miles Sanders came to play. So, and I think since they're going to the Super Bowl, because Miles Sanders is a free agent at the end of the year, I think he'll stay put. I think he'll stay put.
Yeah, he probably will. That's true.
Yeah, he'll stay put, and we'll get to the AFC Championship game in a little bit. But I think it's interesting that the Kelsey brothers are going to be playing against each other in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of when the Harbaughs coached opposite teams.
Oh yeah,
in
the
Super
Harbaugh
Bowl.
Bowl. Yeah.
To me, I feel like that Thanksgiving is a little awkward.
Yeah.
For the winning brother and the losing brother. It's an awkward Thanksgiving. It's an awkward Christmas. Like, imagine your sibling won the Super Bowl and you're going to Thanksgiving and everyone's like, "Oh, you won the Super Bowl. Let me see your ring." And you're like, "Hello, why are you bringing this up now?" but yeah, what were your? I didn't watch because I was coming back up here.
Yeah.
So I didn't really watch the game or see any highlights. The only highlights I saw were during the actual AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
So I didn't see anything. So what were your overall thoughts on like some of the plays like that you saw?
Yeah. So the game was really close. It looked like it was going to be a little bit sloppy, and the Eagles initially kind of looked like they weren't the team that they have been all year. The Niners defense did a great job right out the gate of putting pressure on Hurts and, forcing him to make some decisions on the run and try and, improvise and make something happen. But I want to say Bosa got hurt at one point. He was out for a drive or two. And then, really it just came down to Jalen Hurts got settled in better. He started picking it up. And the Niners just couldn't stay on the field long enough offensively for their defense to get a rest. The Niners defense seemed like they were on the field the whole game. Again, like I said, the Eagles held the ball for 37 minutes, and, the Niners only held it for 23. So, Niners defense just really didn't have time to breathe. A couple poorly timed turnovers by the 49ers. Like I said, Josh Johnson fumbling that snap out of shotgun. So, it's just, honestly, the Eagles are just a better team, and they won like they're the better team. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the Super Bowl when they play Kansas City.
Yep. I think we did predict that the Bills were going to represent the AFC. It was no secret. But let's be real here. You look at the Kelsey and Mahomes duo. It is crazy.
It's insane.
And then you think about the rest of the Kansas City Chiefs team, and then you look at the Eagles team, I think the right teams are in the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Just looking at overall depth and the type of players that are on each team, I think the right two teams, are in the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's we can give more Super Bowl predictions after we talk about the AFC Championship game, but just thinking about that game, and I'm gonna tell you what, man. Like I said, the Niners, they got the talent, but it's just something's missing. Like what like here. Well, let's ask this question. What do you think's the one thing that the 49ers are missing? Because it seems like to me like they're like the Cowboys. They have the pieces, they just can't finish the puzzle.
I don't want to say it, but it's quarterback.
Really?
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, Jimmy G has shown that he can get you to the dance, but he's not clutch enough. He's just not. Brock Purdy, last pick in the draft, rookie, you know, he could turn into something great. We saw a 6th-round quarterback win 7 Super Bowls in his career by the name of Tom Brady. You know, he could prove anyone wrong, but me personally, I've said this a couple times. Me, if I was an NFL head coach, I would never spend a 3rd overall pick on Trey Lance.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope.
He didn't even play college football at the highest level. He played Division I AA college football. He didn't even play Division I A. He went to North Dakota State, the same school that Carson Wentz went to. But
no wonder they're busts.
I'd never spend a top. I don't even know that I would spend a 1st-round pick on a guy that didn't even play at the highest level of college football, honestly.
Nope.
It was a huge risk. There are some starting to swirl a little bit of trade rumors about Trey Lance getting traded to teams like the Falcons. I think that's a whole load of garbage. I don't think that's going to happen whatsoever because teams are only offering like a 2nd or a 3rd-round pick for him. But I don't know. I don't take that risk. If I was trading up to the 3rd overall pick in that draft, I would have been taking Justin Fields. I would have been taking, Mac Jones even. I would have taken either of those guys because Mac Jones would most definitely fit in the 49ers system. I would have much rather taken one of those guys over Trey Lance in terms of just experience playing at the highest level. But I think that's the missing piece. I think the 49ers, I think the 49ers probably win 14 games in a Super Bowl if they have Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady on that roster.
And hey, who knows? Maybe they will get Tom Brady.
I think they have a chance to win a Super Bowl with even Derek Carr on that football team. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, honestly.
It is such a quarterback-friendly system, and it is such a good, talented roster.
Yeah, just think of the guys they got, like Kittle. They got
Brandon Ayuk is like Deebo Samuel is a multi-use kind of person. I would argue just straight flat out and in terms of just a pure wide receiver. Brandon Ayuk might be a better wide receiver than Deebo Samuel.
I think McCaffrey, if the cards are played right, he could be the best running back in the game.
Yep.
So
Elijah Mitchell's a very good running back too.
Yeah. So
Kyle Juszczyk at fullback. It's a great
in
football
defense
team.
and on defense too, man. Defense. Again, they got the pieces. It's just they just can't finish the puzzle, man. That is their biggest problem. They just cannot finish the puzzle, and it's hurting them. So you're right. So maybe going after Tom Brady is the right call this offseason. Maybe going after Derek Carr is the right call this offseason for them. Because I'm going to be real. I like Kyle Shanahan.
Oh, he's my favorite coach in the league.
I like Kyle Shanahan. I think he's a good coach. But you're right. They got a quarterback problem. And not in what we've said in past episodes of quarterback controversy. The problem is that they just don't have a quarterback to finish the puzzle.
Exactly.
That's the issue. So I think they need to go after Tom Brady or Derek Carr.
Yeah, and this is something we can much more get into depth and speculate about once the offseason hits and everything, but...
No, because once football ends, what else are we going to talk about?
So, since that's the point, we were just talking about Super Bowl predictions in a little bit. Let's get to the other team that played for the right to go to the Super Bowl, and that was the Cincinnati Bengals at the Kansas City Chiefs. If I had one word to choose to sum up Joe Burrow's performance against the Chiefs, it would be rushed.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow went 26 for 41 for 270, a touchdown and 2 picks. He also had 4 carries for 30 yards, which pathetically enough led the team.
First half was not good.
First half was very bad. Joe Burrow, I want to say at one point across 2 drives, got sacked on 3 straight plays. He just did not play well. He was off rhythm. for a lot of the game, just kind of chucking the pigskin to wherever he thought he could even have a chance at completing a ball. Again, rushing-wise, he had 30 yards. Samaje Perine was number 2 with 5 carries for 22 yards and a touchdown late in the game to, I want to say, tie it. And then Joe Mixon had 8 carries for 19 yards. T. Higgins had a great game. He's just big. He had 6 receptions for 83 yards and a really nice touchdown. And then Jamar Chase had 6 receptions for 75 yards. And like I said, the Bengals were just off rhythm the whole time. Patrick Mahomes did not seem to miss a beat, even with a bum ankle. He went 29 for 43, which is 67%, for 326 yards and 2 touchdowns and a fumble. He did have a fumble, though. He didn't have any picks, but he had a fumble. Again, Isaiah Pacheco was the leading rusher for the Chiefs, 10 carries, 26 yards, but he also had 5 catches for 59 yards, so kind of balanced it out a little bit. Had like 80-something scrimmage yards. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Sir, where did you come from? The whole Chiefs receiving corps got hurt, first of all. Kadarius Toney got hurt. McCole Hardman got hurt. Everybody got hurt. Everybody. MVS showed up when they needed him. He had 6 catches for 116 and a touchdown. Kelsey, of course, had 7 for 78 because he is Mahomes' probably favorite target ever, even over Tyreek Hill, and a touchdown. Just no rushing whatsoever. The teams combined for 113 together. They also combined for 13 penalties for 126 yards, which was mind-boggling. The Bengals went 6 for 14 on third. The Chiefs went 7 for 14. The time of possession game was even pretty close. It was 32-51 in favor of Kansas City. So, you know, it was a close game. Some would say it was a bit of ref ball at some point.
Oh, Zach, can I say this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Zach Taylor would have had every right to yell and get in the face of the officials with that call. That would have been the correct and appropriate moment to get thrown out of the game.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Now, the unnecessary roughness that puts the Chiefs in field goal range at the end of the game, that was the right call by the refs. That was a heat of the moment, really bad play by Joseph Osai. Dude plays his tail off, plays really good for the Bengals defense, but it was a bad play. It was a bad decision. You know, there's not much else you could say about it besides that. And the Chiefs won the game because, I mean, without that, it was like almost a 60-yard field goal.
Right.
So
I will say this: the game did get more entertaining towards the end.
It did.
It did. But still, the O-line in the first half just could not protect Joe Burrow at all. They just could not. What was it? Were they like 0 for 6, 0 yards or something like that? Or I don't even know
Their
what
first
the
like
stat
2 or
line
3
was.
drives, they literally had 0 yards.
Yeah,
like none.
Like it was bad. It was bad. So Kansas City was definitely the right team to win, even though some people don't like Kansas City. But like, if you look at the way the Bengals played, Kansas City was the correct team that won.
Yeah, I agree.
The Bengals did not deserve to win that game. I'm sorry, they just didn't.
No.
They just didn't. And yeah, the last play that basically gave Kansas City the win. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, pretty much.
You feel bad for the guy that did it, but again, you can't make those mistakes.
No.
You just can't.
You can't.
Now, I did like how in the post-game interview with that guy, his teammate was picking him up, telling reporters, come on, guys, don't ask him that question. He played hard the whole game. That's what you do as a teammate. You pick up your guys. I've done that countless numbers of times. And people have done that to me countless numbers of times in the past. I'm sure that's happened to you, too.
Yep.
So that's what being a teammate is backing up your teammates. Like they're your brothers. Yep. So I just wanted to say that real quick. But, yeah, so Kansas City and Philadelphia. I mean, it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a good game. You know, the Kelsey brothers playing against each other, and I'm gonna tell you what: if the Eagles win, that fan base is gonna do what they did when they beat the Patriots all those years ago, and they're going to go crazy. They're going to jump jump out of a train or whatever. I don't know, but it's gonna be interesting. Now, for my Super Bowl prediction, let me. I gotta think about this one because I could see it going either way, and you don't really want to bet against Pat Mahomes, but also you look at the way Philadelphia was playing this year. That's difficult.
Yeah.
That is difficult.
Actually, sorry, 1 second. 1 second.
What?
Forgot to mention this earlier, but I just want to take a moment for an editor's note. Since Mike is the official editor of Boro Tailgate Talks now, I would like a lower third right about down here that just said the final tally count for rapid fire.
No. Why would you're giving me extra war? Why?
It's because when you win, you have the right to make these requests.
But this is
Right here.
Wait, Richie, do I have to do that, Richie? Why are you shaking your head? Yes.
12 to 11. 12 to 11 right here. Right. Actually, no. Actually, we're going to do it over here right by Mike. Right over here.
Might as well just put it like right here.
Just right above his head. Yeah, right above his head.
I legitimately hate you. First you beat me in the court, you beat me in fantasy football,
Just
and
right there.
And then this. At least I got your glasses, I guess.
Yeah.
At least I got your glasses, but whatever. I guess future me, when you're rewatching this, lower third right here, just put text here, put no effort into it, whatever. So can we go back to the
Yeah.
Can
Sorry,
we go back
your
to the
Super Bowl prediction.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Come on. Gosh, I mean, I kind of lost my train of thought now. Thanks, but yeah, okay. So, Philadelphia, Kansas City. Overall, I think I'm gonna go with Kansas City because they've won one Super Bowl, and it's been a little bit since they won that Super Bowl. I just have the feeling that this is going to be the one they win, and I don't know. Remember what I said at the beginning of Tailgate Talks when the Eagles were still undefeated. Never trust the team that went undefeated for the good chunk of the season to win it all.
This is true.
That has happened like one time, I think, right?
Yeah. I actually just watched that episode last night. Yeah, I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and I also watched that episode when I was telling it to But I'm still going to stick with that. I just don't think Philadelphia will win this. Even though I want to, because the fans are just absolutely just insane and crazy. I don't know. I just have the feeling that Pat Mahomes is going to go off. Travis Kelce's going to go off. Pacheco's going to go off. Juju is also going to go off and get his first ring. And that's going to make some Pittsburgh Steelers fans mad. But like, if you look at Juju's situation in Pittsburgh, I'm not saying what side I'm on, but I understand what was going on there.
Yeah.
I can understand what was going on there. So, yes, Kansas City. And for a score, I'm going to have to think about that. I'm going to pass it to Alex for a little bit. Take your time giving your prediction. And then we'll go back and then we'll give our scores. And then we'll see where we are. Does that sound good?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. You're actually listening to me. Wow.
So, I want to say that that Vegas opened with Philly as a 1.5 point favorite.
Okay.
Today. They opened today because that's usually how it works, right?
I think
usually
so.
The day after the game is the first day where they drop the initial spreads and betting lines and everything like that. So Philly opens the week as a 1.5 point favorite against Kansas City, which is a really tight spread. I'm trying to think about. I am going to say, just off my initial thing, and what I've been saying since the Chiefs game ended last night, I do think Philly's going to win.
Oh.
It just kind of feels like that kind of year where it's just Philly's year. This is exactly what they did the last time they won the Super Bowl. They were doubted, they were underrated, and then they were really hot throughout the regular season. They had a little bit of adversity, a little bit less this time. Jalen Hurts hurt his shoulder a couple weeks before the regular season ended. Obviously, it was bigger adversity last time Carson Wentz tore his ACL, but this is the same kind of thing. They were red hot the entire regular season, basically. They faced some injury adversity towards the end of the regular season, and they have dominated their way through the postseason up until this point. I think it happens again. I think it's the exact same situation. They're coming in, playing a team with a proven quarterback, and they're the underdogs, even though the betting line says that they're the favorites. They're still the underdogs, let's be honest here. Jalen Hurts is on a rookie contract still. Mm-hmm. They haven't really proven anything besides the fact that they can beat, the Giants and the 49ers with their fourth-string quarterback. I mean, it's still a lot to say that they've gotten to this point, but I still would consider them an underdog in this situation. Patrick Mahomes is obviously really good, so I'm going to take Philly in this game. I think they overall have the better football team. It also depends on the health of the Chiefs receiving core, because if Juju and Mecole Hardman are healthy, and Kadarius Toney's healthy, and Travis Kelce stays healthy, and Mahomes' ankle is up to 100%, it's going to be a close game, but I'm going to take Philadelphia in this game. I'm going to say Philadelphia wins 35-31 in the Super Bowl.
Now, don't get me wrong. If I get this wrong, it's going to be entertaining for me to look on Twitter to see the Philadelphia fans go crazy, like I said. But I'm going to go 38-25 Kansas City.
Ooh, interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Speaking of, actually, while we're talking about this, I want to do this now while it's relevant.
Okay.
Even though the Super Bowl hasn't happened yet, and I totally get the argument, because a lot of people have been, asking the question in the sports world the past 2 weeks, but let's put to rest now the question of if Joe Burrow is better than Patrick Mahomes. He is not.
No.
I love Joe Burrow.
It doesn't mean he's bad.
I'm a Steelers fan.
It doesn't mean he's bad.
And I hate the Bengals, but I love Joe Burrow. He's a very, very good quarterback. I agree with Nick Wright's take. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. Second best is Joe Burrow, and then third best is Patrick Mahomes on one leg.
And number 4 is Josh Allen. Number 5 is Kenny Pickett.
Let's put it to rest now, NFL world.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes beat Joe Burrow in the AFC Championship this year. Even though I didn't think it was a close conversation before, Mahomes is definitively the better one, and he is the best quarterback in the NFL, and that's it.
I agree.
Let's leave it there.
I agree. And I think most people hate Mahomes because of his family life, honestly.
Yeah, everyone hates the really annoying social media people.
Which is unfair to Patrick Mahomes, because you see when, you've seen the TikTok when they're just trying to have a dinner.
Oh my God, they're sitting at dinner and Jackson and Brittany are making a TikTok,
and
he's
Mahomes is
looking at the playbook.
Yeah, it's like this, he's just doing this.
First of
like
all,
trying to have a nice dinner.
He literally had the playbook in front of him at dinner. Brittany Matthews is almost recording the Kansas City Chiefs offensive playbook in this TikTok.
Let the bro cook and enjoy his dinner. He literally was like, this was literally his reaction.
He did. He literally looked. He was like, "Oh my God."
God, and so just keep his. I just took your pants off my bed, but keep his family life and his football life separate, because he's the best quarterback in the league. So just that's it. Alex is right. He's the best quarterback in the league. His family life, when it comes to football-related stuff, does not matter. And quite frankly, it's nobody's business, even though it's very annoying.
In the limelight.
Yeah. But again, nobody should be caring about. They should be caring about how Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
And I was at Alex's last night watching the game. And
yeah.
Didn't you say that you'd probably put Joe Burrow over Josh Allen?
Yeah, I do.
I do agree with that, actually. I do agree. I think Joe Burrow is better than Josh Allen.
Me too.
Yeah, and because again, the Bills can't finish. We know they just can't make it.
They can't do it.
They can't do it. So that's that. You got anything else to add about the Super Bowl or the 2 games?
No, I like both of our predictions.
Yep.
I think it's going to be one heck of a Super Bowl. It's going to be a pretty rowdy one. Not Bills-Eagles like I hoped it would be. I was really hoping for the rowdiest Super Bowl in NFL history, but fortunately, it is not the year. So I believe you have something you want to talk about, right?
Actually, yes, but we can get to it in a second, because don't you have some coaching stuff you want to talk about?
Yeah. Thank you. Some coaching news in the NFL world. Frank Reich has been hired as the head coach of the Carolina Panthers. I like it. I think it's a good move for the Panthers. He's a good head coach. It's not where I expected him to go, but I like the move. Vic Fangio, is it confirmed that Vic Fangio is going to be the DC for the Dolphins? I don't know if it's absolutely confirmed or not.
I think so.
There are strong reason to believe Vic Fangio is now going to be the defensive coordinator of the Miami Dolphins. Kellen Moore is officially stepping away from the Dallas Cowboys organization, and Mike sent me a tweet earlier from, I think it was from Schefter, that the Chargers are reportedly hiring Kellen Moore as their offensive coordinator. So that ought to be interesting. And I believe there was one more that I'm forgetting about.
I think that might be it, but yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it
no.
is the Chargers.
I remember what I was going to say. What I wanted to say is, now that Vic Fangio is going to be the DC in Miami, we have to question the credibility of that possible super team that that super coaching roster that was talked about, where Sean Payton was going to be the head coach and Vic Fangio was going to be the defensive coordinator. So I feel like the big question now that everyone's going to be asking is Sean Payton actually coming back? Is there going to be a team he wants to take over? That'll be interesting to watch. So keep an eye out for that. Mike, I know you want to talk about Pitt basketball, so let's
I do.
get the heck off football, and I'll slide it over to you. Go right ahead.
Yes, and Alex has mentioned to me that actually he's thinking about getting back into college basketball. Isn't that right? But not for Pitt, but for UNC. But he has a good reason.
Yeah, I went to high school with someone on the UNC basketball team.
That is fair.
Casual flex. Just kidding. I know that like nobody cares about that.
Fair. Yeah, Joe does.
Oh yeah, Joe went
And
to high school. He said he would.
Yeah, and Alex, once he's ready to get back into the loop, will text Landon, who was on the show, Landon Bellata, and get back into the loop and get all the info, and you'll be back into it by March, hopefully.
Maybe my March Madness takes won't be incredibly uneducated and idiotic. We'll see.
Right. And speaking of UNC, that's actually Pitt's next game on Wednesday, February 1st. So I was at this game this last weekend. Well, yeah, last weekend because it's a new week, obviously.
Yeah.
Pitt won 71-68 against Miami. It was very close at the end. I would say Miami dominated a good chunk of the game, and yeah, it was electric being there. It was very electric being there, and the Oakland Zoo. Let me say this: the Oakland Zoo was rocking. Jeez. It was loud.
That place rocks.
It was loud. It was loud. My goodness gracious. The Oakland Zoo brings it every single game.
Oh yeah.
They bring it every single game. It is great. It is absolutely great. It is cinema.
It is cinema.
But I don't know his name because he's on the Miami team, but his number is number 15. I will say at the beginning of the game in the first half, he was getting a little chippy. I was like, I got to keep my eye on this guy right here. I mean, it didn't really escalate to much, but I was like, I got to keep my eye on this. And my brother mentioned that too. It's like he's getting a little chippy. But yes, there was some questionable calls by the refs. There was a few charging and blocking fouls called on Pitt that I didn't really agree with. I thought it was a little. The best thing I could say for it is just go back and watch it. I think there was a mistake. It was mistakes, but I mean Pitt won, so it doesn't matter. What was that? Who's that?
That's 15 from
Oh,
Miami.
no. How do you pronounce that?
Norchad Omier, I think.
Yeah. That's how you pronounce it.
That's him.
Yeah. So, yeah, there was some definitely questionable calls by the refs, and yeah, but overall, man, that game rolled. That game, being there for that game, reminded me that college basketball rules. It does. It rules.
You know, I'm not that familiar with basketball at the moment, but I think I can definitively say that Pitt owns Miami in underdog situations.
Yes. And they beat them. I mean, they still got to go to, as my pencil is acting up. I need to start.
Yeah, go ahead.
They beat Miami in volleyball, soccer, football, and basketball. So now they do have to play Miami one more time. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, the top scorer for Miami was Jordan Miller with 18 points, 3 rebounds. Pretty good. I'd say that's pretty good for Miami. Top scorer for Pitt was Blake Henson. I believe he had 19 points somewhere, or it was either sorry, 21, because Burton had 19, and Burton and Henson are definitely Pitt's best shooters. But I'm gonna tell you what, you don't know this guy, but for my friends that are Pitt fans, they'll agree with me, and my dad agrees with me too, that Federico, which is a great name.
Oh yeah, I've heard that name.
I think he's a very good rebounder and defender. Shooter, okay, but as a defender and a rebounder, he's got talent, man. And if they could keep him, if he can be like Kenny Pickett and like stay to like raise his draft stock and help Pitt like win, like I think he'll be something in the NBA one day. Honestly, I'm at to that point because he's a very good. Because a lot of teams need they need defenders and rebounders. So I think Federico will be good. But yeah, so And Henson and Burton, like I said, they were their top shooters, and they're definitely their best shooters when given the chance in whatever game they are playing. And yeah, so and also I want to mention this too. The Diaz-Graham twins, they don't start. They're freshmen. But I'm gonna tell you what, they're tall, and I think they'll be like Federico at some point. I think they will be good defenders and good rebounders for Pitt in the next few years. I think so. So I think the Diaz-Graham twins will be something. And another thing I want to, after looking at the game and watching the game being there, is that their 5-star recruit Dora Johnson, who was arrested for, it might be domestic violence. I want to say he was arrested.
Yeah.
He redshirted, so he'll be back. I don't know I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know where he's gonna fit in on the team. So it's gonna be interesting to see. But
there's such a thing as a criminal red shirt. There's a medical one.
Why? Why? But yeah, let me get back on track. My goodness gracious. But I think Pitt is I think they're a tournament team. I think they will make it to the NCAA tournament this year, and if they don't, they'll definitely make it to the NIT. And heck, they could win it. And honestly, I think Jeff Capel deserves some credit because he lost Johnson, who's a 5-star recruit. He lost, I can't remember his first name, but Hughley, who was their best shooter last year because his mental health reasoning. And yet, Pitt is still like 15-7, I want to say. That's impressive.
Yeah.
That is impressive for Pitt. And I did see that Capel was the coach of the week. So, yeah, he's getting his credit, giving credit where credit is due. And I would definitely say he has earned his job for a few more years with, again, the recruits and the way that this season is going. So, I'm confident. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still a lot of games left to make it to March. So,
yeah.
But the Pitt's on the right track right now. They're on the right track, and I think that they got a chance to make the tournament. Do I think they're going to win the tournament? No. No, they're not going to win the tournament. But I definitely think they will make the tournament, and we'll see what happens after that. We'll see what happens. If they win a few games, that's cool. But again, I don't think they're going to win the tournament. But they're definitely a tournament team in my honest opinion. So that is all I got for Pitt basketball. The game rolled. The game was awesome. And if you're a Pitt fan and you're ever questioning, hey, should I go to a Pitt basketball game? Yes, because it is electric. And the Oakland Zoo, The Oakland Zoo rolls. That's that. So that is all we have for this week's Boro Tailgate Talks.
Wait, I get to do this part today. Come on.
Episode 20 next week. Episode 20.
Episode 20 is next week. Anyway, we are, as Mike said, out of time for this week.
Again, I should be doing the paper toss, by the way.
Don't worry, I got you.
You know what? God, it's this guy. You know what? Go ahead. I'm a dip, all right? I'm a dip.
No, I got it for you.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time we have for this week of Boro Tailgate Talks. As Mike said, we are on to episode 20 next week. 20 straight weeks of this show. It has been an absolute rager of a time. Hope you guys enjoyed. We will see you guys next week.
Oh, you hit me.